Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a rising name behind the scenes of American economic policy, Kevin Warsh, who is often mentioned as a potential next chair of the Federal Reserve, the Fed. So who is Kevin Warsh and why is his name coming up so often? Let's take a closer look at the career and economic vision of this intriguing figure. Kevin Warsh is actually not a stranger to the world of finance. At a remarkably young age, just 35 years old, he was appointed to the Federal Reserve Board of Governors, making him one of the youngest members ever to hold that position. This appointment was one of the first signals of how impressive and fast-rising his career was. After graduating from Stanford University, he began his career at Morgan Stanley, one of the world's largest investment banks. There, he worked in the mergers and acquisitions department, gaining hands-on experience with some of the most complex financial transactions in the industry. When the 2008 global financial crisis erupted, Kevin Warsh was already playing a critical role at the Fed. During the most intense days of the crisis, he served as one of the closest advisors to policymakers. In fact, he was often described as the right-hand man of then Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke. His influence was felt in crisis response decisions, bank bailout operations, and the steps taken to calm financial markets. This experience gave him first-hand insight into just how difficult and stressful central banking can be. What truly sets Warsh apart from many other economists, however, is his critical stance toward the Fed's traditional policies. He has been particularly skeptical of quantitative easing, the policy of injecting large amounts of money into the economy after the crisis. In his view, such policies risk creating asset bubbles and long-term financial instability. Warsh argues that the Fed should pursue a more predictable, rules-based monetary policy. This perspective makes him an attractive candidate for those who believe the Fed should change course and move away from its current approach. So what would change if Kevin Warsh became Fed chair? This is the most important question. First of all, under his leadership, the Fed would likely adopt a more hawkish stance. That means a tougher approach to fighting inflation and a greater willingness to raise interest rates. In the short term, this could create uncertainty for stock markets and investors. However, Warsh's supporters believe that this approach would place the economy on stronger foundations in the long run and help prevent future crises. Warsh also wants to reform the Fed's structure and decision-making processes. He frequently emphasizes that the central bank should be more transparent and accountable. According to him, Fed decisions affect not only Wall Street, but also ordinary citizens, and therefore the way these decisions are made should be explained more clearly. This reformist vision makes him a highly visible and controversial figure admired by some and criticized by others. In conclusion, Kevin Warsh is a bold and reform-minded name who challenges traditional central banking norms. Now it's easier to understand why markets get so excited whenever his name is mentioned for the Fed chairmanship. His vision could represent either a major turning point for the US economy or a risky gamble. Only time will tell. Don't forget to share your thoughts on this fascinating topic in the comments. See you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Goodbye.